We are here at the burlesque strip show for kids. It's drag queen story, pumpkin carving time. Here in the aptly named Scott Wiener is hostess of a drag show for kids. And weirdly, people have actually brought their children. Down the street, I believe, is for babies. And we have 5-year-old strip show. Adult sexuality mixing with kids is one of the main kind of absolute wacko, crazy genderism. And what you've got is mutilating kids' bodies, adults bringing their children to adult sex act kind of shows. There's literally a sexualized act. I mean, the whole bloody thing is about boundaries between adults and children's bodies and between an adult sexuality. And that's what this is. And it's so weird that parents are okay with it, because if it was a woman coming as a parody of a woman, if it was a woman as a sexualized version of herself, they wouldn't. So it's really just this pernicious ideology. Say it again, fascism comes as your friend, and be kind, and that's kind of what's going on. It's weird that there's a state senator promoting adult sexuality to children. Parents are coming along.
They haven't been educated.
I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Literally, people are thinking it's a great act of diversity and inclusion to bring their promoted by this man, women's rights. He's pushed through SB 132. He's put them into prisons. He's promoting the idea that if you can't get surgery in your state for your kid, then sterilized in California. So that's why we're here in San Francisco. Free speech event. So what we do say to men who want to speak is women first. The only time that this ever happened, but it is women first. It's I don't say who we are anymore. We can't even say what we are anymore. And in California, why this is so Scottish about the whole thing, but it really does seem to sexual rights above everything else, and I mean everything else. So you can talk for however long you want, whatever you want to say. I believe this is a country that apparently Scott Wiener's office has just told us they don't like TERFs. There's a man walking a couple of cats. Anyway, would like to talk. If you'd like to say who you are, why you're here, that would be great. If you don't have to. So welcome everybody.
Hello. Hello. So yes. So my name is Kellie-Jay Keen, and I'm the founder.
More close. Oh, there you go.
This is Kellie-Jay Keen, and I'm the founder of Wolf.
Woo! Yeah!
Wolf is the group that is suing the state of California in federal court on behalf of women in prison. California, in all its wisdom, decided that men in prison could declare themselves women. Women's prison. This men have done. Hundreds of them have decided they are women, and they want you to imagine being locked in a 10 by 10 cell, 8 women per room. You have a shared toilet and an open shower. You have no privacy. And now a man is put in your cell. Men pretending to be women is that they retain male patterns of criminality. In other words, nothing else changes. The same violent crimes, the same sexual crimes. Men in prison who are pretending to be women as many as half of half. Yep. And some of these men are 10 by 10 cell. Open shower, no privacy, and the door is locked. I need to tell you that the women are living in terror, that these men wasted no time in that the women are sleeping in shifts because they're so terrified. Nightmare's worst nightmare. There's a woman at CCWF who's a man who's now pretending that he is a woman. He's been transferred. She is now in the same prison as the man who murdered her children. Girls are now being set loose on the most marginalized women. The dignity and civil women have been weighed against the feelings of sexual predators. The feelings of, oh, be kind, they said. Use the pronouns, they said. What does it cost you, they said. I drove 8 hours to be here today, but I wanted to say two things. The first is to the women right now locked up. We hear you, we weep for you, and we will never stop fighting for you. I know you can't hear me, but you know who can? The man responsible for this nightmare, and he's right over there. Scott, I have one shame on you. Women aren't rapists. Your sadism is unspeakable. Do women even, or are we really just a costume that men can choose to wear? Well, I'm not a costume female, and I'm here for my sisters and my freedom, and I'm not leaving until it's done.
Thank you very much. Just tuning in on the live stream behind us, the senator for hell on earth that is California, when it comes to women's rights, I'm pretty sure it's not so great to be a woman or a child in this state. He's hosting, I think it's called a grooming session. Carving session, which is to groom children into adult sexuality via drag. And some people will think that sounds a little hyperbole, but that maybe he's doing it because he's stupid and incompetent, or maybe he's doing it with really bad intentions. But there are people that are gleeful with bad intentions and into adult sexuality via drag. So it doesn't really matter what his intentions are. He's gifting children to some people with bad intentions, and that's what he's doing with this woman face wearing parody sexualized that is drag, and that's what he's doing when he welcomes children from all over the country, life altering surgeries and hormones. So that's why we're here. Scott Wiener, with the carving session. Who else would like to talk? Yes. Okay. Really close if you can.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
So, in honor of Kellie-Jay's upcoming visit with Kamala Harris in Seattle, I'll introduce myself in the style of our first female vice president. My name is Allie Snyder. I am a woman. I am a mother. Because I refuse to tell other people how to speak about me. I am wearing ever created to protect the rights of women and children. I am Cisco in the formerly great state of California, and I aim to TERF it. All right. I want to start my TERF talk on the subject pronouns. Seems like such a small thing at first. An easy way to show to a fellow human struggling with mental distress. But the reality pronouns is a massive misnomer. A more accurate term would be because compliance in this compelled speech is mandatory and not a preference. When we respect someone's pronouns, the demands being serious and lead to some very dark places. To participate in this, a new cult-like faith based on feelings, outdated stereotypes, dysphoria, and often homophobia. These demands from gender ideology are being leveled at our children. On the first day of 12-year-old sons were asked by 3 separate teachers for their preferred pronouns questionnaires.